What's going on YouTube? This is the afterthought Zach Hankins, and this is pretty much an edited video of my last one. I want to apologize because the last video I made of this, the camera was bad, the lighting, I gotta fix my camera and get it repaired, so it was kind of bad. But this is basically the edited version. This is a update on the playoff brackets and who's going and where my current predictions stand. So right now we have Atlanta versus Seattle. Again, this is going to be a game that defines Matt Ryan's career. If he can beat Seattle and advance to the NFC Championship, they'll be ready to make a run. If not, then he's just going to be another good regular season quarterback, just cannot get his team to the championship, or he can't get his team to the Super Bowl. But they must win this game. Atlanta has to pull this off, even though Seattle's going to be coming. They're not going to be giving up an easy win at all. And then that's another thing, too. If Seattle is able to slow the Falcons down, because Falcons is a team that can get after you early. Okay, they can score a lot of points, but if you can slow them down, and if Seattle can play the game to their own tempo and get Atlanta to play the way they want to play, then they'll be able to have that game won defensively. And even Atlanta Falcons, defensively, they're going to have to prove that they can beat the Seattle Seahawks. So that would be a great matchup, but I got Seattle beating Atlanta only because of Atlanta's defense. It's still not that sharp. They can get going, but it's just still questionable. The Falcons just as a team right now is questionable right now. So we don't know how good they're going to play, but we'll have to find out and see. Then going out to Kansas City, you got Pittsburgh in town playing the Chiefs. This is going to be a great matchup for the simple fact you got two coaches, Mike Tomlin and Andy Reid, who have both been around a while and who have actually been to the Super Bowl before. They've won a conference championship. So, I mean, defensively, this is going to be another great battle, and this is going to be actually a great game. It might be a high-scoring game. The scoreboard might be up with it because both teams can really get going fast. You know, you got Antonio Brown versus Jeremy Maclin at the receiver, and that's going to be an interesting matchup to see how far those two guys can play. I got to give the edge to Kansas City only because of the team they have is just they're real. Okay, remember, this is a team that literally embarrassed the Oakland Raiders when they played them. And the Raiders was literally the second best AFC team. But the Chiefs, having beaten them out, gotten a first round bye, says that they're serious. Even though the Steelers can just as easily win this game too, I got Pittsburgh beating Kansas City only because of, just like I said, just the type of coach Mike Tomlin is, the strategy, and plus when the Steelers get around this time and they get to they advance to the second round, they come to play. It's hard to beat them in the divisional round. That team knows how to win titles. And who knows, this just might be their moment, but I got Pittsburgh knocking off Kansas City. Even though I know Kansas City got the team to beat the Steelers, they can go head up with them. I got to give it to Ben Roethlisberger. He's a slightly better quarterback than Alex Smith. And see, the question for Alex Smith, can he throw downfield? Can he challenge the Steelers secondary and make plays, you know what I'm saying, to at least get over 300 yards passing? That's Alex Smith's test. We know what he can do with the running game. We know he can nickel and dime you, but can he throw downfield? The only way he's going to beat the Steelers, he has to throw downfield. He has to get that going, or else he's not going to have a chance against the Steelers team, knowing the linebackers they have. Yeah, Steelers got a young secondary, but this is a team you can't deny. You can't keep out Pittsburgh. You have to beat them. You have to challenge them. If not, then they're gonna eat you away. So yeah, I got Pittsburgh pulling up the victory over Kansas City. They could go down either way, but that's just my gut feeling telling me it's Pittsburgh to go with. So we'll see in that game. But that should be a great matchup. Now, for the game everybody's going to be wanting to see, we got Dallas versus Green Bay. Now, this game is, of course, going to prove to see just how real the Cowboys are. Are the Cowboys the same team we're used to seeing when they're one and done, or they lose in the second round? Will we have that same team? Okay, the thing about the Cowboys now, they should have the confidence needed because Prescott did beat this Green Bay Packer team at Lambeau Field. Ezekiel Elliott ran through that defense. So that's the one thing Green Bay is going to have to focus on. I know they should have plenty of game film on the Cowboys by now. They should have plenty of time to try to come up with a defense to try to stop the run. But if they can't slow down Ezekiel Elliott, they're going to have problems against this Dallas Cowboy team in A&T. Even though Aaron Rodgers is a bad man, I give him all the credit in the world. This man knows how to win games. He knows how to get his team to the playoffs. He knows how to get to a championship. And let's just not forget that back in the 2010-2011 season, Aaron Rodgers won his first Super Bowl for the Green Bay Packers in the A&T Stadium where he defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he went off that game. Okay, so he's gonna definitely the Packers are gonna be fired up. They're looking to come knock off Dallas. They have not forgot about the loss that Dallas beat them earlier in the season, which everybody thought that the Packers was having a bad season, which there's no such thing as Green Bay having a bad season, especially with Aaron Rodgers being the leader he is. He has not missed the playoffs since the Super Bowl appearance. But still, the Cowboys should have all their guys fully healthy. Morris Claiborne should be back in this game. We seen what he could do. Brandon Carr's experience, DB. They have Orlando Scandrick, Byron Jones, proven to be a good cover safety. And on top of that, that offensive line is still amazing. The Dallas has, to me, the best offensive line in the league now. And it's argument that New England offensive line is still good, but not like Dallas. So that's going to be a great matchup. And like I said, it's a test. It's a test for Prescott, especially seeing how the Romo fans want him out. You got Romo fans that want Tony Romo to start in this game, and they want Dak Prescott to bench only because of experience. But for those who have watched Tony Romo's career, when he gets to the second round in this divisional playoffs, he chokes some kind of way. And this Cowboy team can't afford to let that happen. As good the players they have, if this team can't win a championship and get to the Super Bowl, it's going to be a bad look for the Cowboys. Jason Garrett can possibly lose his job too, which I hate to see another Cowboys coach get fired because they can't get to a championship. They can't get to a Super Bowl. But like I said, this is a major test. And then we're going to see how good the Green Bay Packers are if they are basically picked it up. Okay, they have to redeem themselves. They need that from the Dallas Cowboys. So that would be a great matchup. But again, I got the Cowboys beating Green Bay only because of the confidence. If Dallas was able to beat Green Bay at Lambeau Field, now they have the home field advantage, which they can use to their momentum. And the crowd's going to be on Dallas' side. Yeah, Green Bay is going to have some fans there, but everybody in the Texas area is going to be in A&T. Then lastly, we're moving on to New England versus Houston. Now, Houston, of course, they beat up the Oakland Raiders, who had a lot of injuries right now. Derek Carr is missing, so Raiders really didn't have too much of a shot beating Houston. And furthermore, Houston defense is proven to be A1. They have a defense that doesn't like to lose at all. That's a very stingy defense. They go after the ball. They're good at open field tackles, but still, you don't have J.J. Watt, and you're going against a New England Patriots team that has the majority of their guys healthy. The Patriots are not the Raiders neither, especially when you have Tom Brady, who's literally competing for a championship. Brady knows he's not going to get the MVP this season, so he has to basically prove that he's not a cheater. He doesn't need to deflate any footballs to beat you, so he's going to be looking to knock Houston off immediately. The Patriots are not going to waste no time against the Texans. And still, I give the Texans a lot of credit today. They did make it this far. But still, Brock Osweiler, this is his first time as a starter for a full season. Even though he did get benched in the Jaguar game, that did give him a wake-up call. But still, you're not beating up the Raiders. You're facing the New England Patriots. And I see New England winning this easily. It might be a blowout. Because, again, like I said, when New England gets into this momentum, they get a first-round bye, and Belichick, the strategist he is, he's going to look to knock you out. This Patriots not wasting any time right now. And they know that the clock is ticking, especially on Brady's career right now. They got to win as much championship before that man retires. They're going to try to go for number 5 this season, but Houston shouldn't be all that much of a challenge for them. They should be able to win that game, no problem. So, yeah, that's my predictions. I got New England come out of Houston. Also, shouts out to the Clemson Tigers beating the Alabama Crimson Tide. Basically, in the last 10 years, Alabama has not lost a BCS championship. So for Coach Sweeney and his Clemson Tigers, along with Deshaun Watson, to knock out the Alabama Crimson Tide, who beat them last year, and get the rematch, that was a great game. Okay, I mean, like I said, that's fitting to a good NCAA season. Good way to come out. They strategized, and it was all time of possession for them and good field position to help Clemson beat the Crimson Tide. So, again, Deshaun Watson, like I said, shouts out to him. He's going to be a good draft pick. And matter of fact, a lot of Clemson Tiger players this season is going to be NFL prospects, along with Alabama. I think most of Alabama have a lot of freshmen and sophomores. We've seen Javon Hurts. He's did well as being an 18-year-old who almost won that game. Of course, Alabama had a lot of crucial mistakes, but still, Clemson pulled that off in a victory, and they pulled off the upset. So they're the champions. I mean, we might see Alabama again next year. Who knows? But we have to wait and see. But again, this is the afterthought, breaking down the playoff bracket, giving you an update right now. I see that Houston proved me wrong against Oakland. They beat them, but now they're playing New England, so we'll see how that goes. Again, stay tuning in because I'll keep you updated. As next week we'll do the Final Four. If you like this YouTube video, hit that subscribe button. I'm Zach Hankins. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.